Hello all, in this particular tutorial we will learn how to install Docker on Windows 11. There are only 5 steps that we need to follow. You'll have to enable two features. One is Windows Subsystem for Linux and Virtual Machine Platform. Once you have enabled these features, go ahead and reboot your Windows machine. Once that is done, and then log into the Windows machine and perform another step called WSL update. WSL stands for Windows Subsystem for Linux. So update that to the latest version. Once update has been done, install the Docker for desktop from the Docker official website, and then finally you are ready to run your Docker for desktop, which will allow you to run your first Docker container. So there are only 5 steps that we need to follow. We have to enable these two features. We have to update the WSL. We have to install the software. We have to run the software, and you are ready to run your Docker container. Let's begin and go through these steps one by one. So let's go to our machine. Here, let's go to the control panel. Let's search for control panel. Under the control panel, look for any program called Docker, and as you can see, we don't have any program for the Docker. Let's go to turn Windows features on or off. Let's go to turn Windows features on or off, and under this enable exactly two features. One is Virtual Machine Platform and the second is Windows Subsystem for Linux. So enable exactly these two features. Click OK. It's going to apply those changes and then it's going to request for the reboot. Go ahead and restart your machine. So give it a few minutes for the machine to be restarted. The machine has been restarted and we have successfully logged into the machine. The two features that we enabled is the Virtual Machine Platform and WSL Subsystem for Linux. Let's go and perform the second step, which is let's launch the Windows PowerShell as administrator and clear our screen and run one single command, Windows Subsystem for Linux -- update, which is going to update the WSL for, let's say yes, and it's going to install Windows Subsystem for Linux. So it's going to download and install the subsystem and it's going to make sure that it is up to the latest version. So give it a few minutes for it to start. And as you can see, it has started installing the Windows Subsystem for Linux. So give it a few minutes for this to complete. And anytime from now, we should be done with the update. And you can see we got the message Windows Subsystem for Linux has been installed. So that's all good. So the second step has been completed. Let's close this. Let's go to the browser of your choice and let's search for download Docker for desktop. And if you want to save Windows so that you get the proper link, and here you get this link, make sure you go to the official link, install Docker desktop for Windows, and here download this particular software. Make sure to download the 64-bit machine, not the ARM. It is a 564 MB software. I have already downloaded it, so I'm not going to waste your time. So let's go to the location where I've saved that particular software, and here you can see we got the Docker desktop installer. Let's run that particular software. Let's say Docker, do you want to allow this app? Yes, definitely. Let's close this, give it a few seconds. And let's wait for the, you can see it has started installing the Docker desktop. Use WSL, which is Windows Subsystem for Linux 2 instead of Hyper-V, which is the recommended. So I'm going to keep that. And add shortcut. If you want to add to the shortcut, you can. If you want to allow Windows container, you can check this. For now, we are going to keep it default, whatever it prompted, we are going to keep it. So let's click on OK, which will start installing the Docker desktop on our Windows 11 machine. Let's give it a few minutes for this to complete. We are in the final step. Anytime from now, we should get a message that the Docker has been, and you can see a desktop icon has appeared. It says you must log out of Windows to complete the installation. So you'll have to just log out and log in. You don't have to restart your machine. So let's say close and log out. And then we will log back in. So let's again log into our Windows 11 machine. And give it a few minutes and that's done. So we have successfully logged in back to our Windows 11 machine. Now what we are going to do, we are at the last step where we are going to launch the Docker for desktop. So if everything is done, so accept the license. Here, based on whether you want to use it for work, personal, you can mention, or you can skip this. For now, we are going to skip it, and you can see that it is starting the Docker engine. This particular step takes a little bit of time. We have got the background welcome to Windows subsystem for Linux. We don't need that, so give it a few minutes. Once this is done, we should be able to install our the Docker images. We can install whatever Docker containers that we want. So give it a few minutes for this to start. And as you can see, it has successfully, your running containers show up here. So we have, so as of now, we don't have any images or volumes, or containers. So what we can do, we can search images to run. So we can click here, and then you can say, let's say MySQL. If you want to run MySQL, you can search for MySQL, or what you can do, we will not do this. So what we can potentially do is launch. So let's minimize this. Let's launch PowerShell. Let's clear the screen, and let's see what images we have got. Docker images, and you can see we don't have any images. Let's see what version we have got of the Docker. So let's run a command called docker -- version, which says we got 28.4. Let's pull the first Docker image, which is docker pull hello world. Let's pull this image and give it a few minutes for this particular image to pull. It's a very small image, should not take much time, and that's done. And let's now run our first Docker image, docker run hello world. And if we got hello from Docker, if this particular image runs, and if we get this particular message, we have successfully installed our Docker for desktop on our Windows machine, and we should be able to run our Docker containers in this particular software. I hope this particular tutorial was useful. In this particular tutorial, we learned how to install Docker on Windows 11, and we performed exactly 5 steps to do that. And what are those steps? We enabled these 2 features. We restarted our machine. We performed the WSL update. We installed the Docker for desktop, and we were able to run Docker for desktop. And then we were able to run our first Docker container, which is hello world. And again, thank you for watching. If you did like this particular video, do subscribe to my channel. Do hit the like button. Thank you for watching, and see you in next tutorial. Till then, bye bye.